Hi there, I'm Amy Griffiths and I'm one of the journalists in Manx Radio's newsroom, and you're listening to Newscast.
James Cherry, Chair of Isle of Pride.
So, Isle of Pride back in business.
Yeah, I mean the charity and the business arm never actually closed down, which was announced in 22. The original directors kept it going quietly on the side, thinking that something might come along, and then a group of us were approached about August last year saying, look, something needs to happen, otherwise we are going to 100% close everything down and go from there. So a group of us came on board, all the old directors near enough resigned, and we've took over, and we're now in the place we are now.
Just remind me why Isle of Pride disbanded back in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, there was an issue at Pride 2022 where placards were shown about police presence and no pride at policing and all that. And it was something that the organisers weren't aware of. It was done by individuals without the consent of Isle of Pride, who'd had invited the police after the public apology that Gary Roberts, the Chief Constable at the time, had issued. And a fair point to the people who showed the placards is that they feel that the first Pride was a protest and they wanted to carry that on. If that's what they wanted to do or want to do, then that's fine, but they needed to let people know. And from there it snowballed. Some people in the community voiced opinion that the people who were directors didn't overly represent them because the majority of the board were straight white women, essentially, which we have tried to change this time. The majority of the board and the committee are members of the LGBTQ plus community, and hopefully we've got a good representation at the moment. I mean, we're always open to change and ideas if it's the right thing to do for the charity.
And that's the thing with Pride as well, isn't it? Because it is meant to be a celebration of the community, but also it is highlighting an issue, the fact that things still aren't easy for people of the LGBTQ plus community. Absolutely.
And so obviously Pride is always seen as a party. Yes, in some ways it is, but it's there to show that we are here. Essentially, we're not going away. There are issues that need resolved. I mean, I've already started opening channels up with the police to discuss issues. I have a meeting set up in September to go through things with them, see what issues they're seeing, things that we're aware of, and go from there. I mean, we support the police presence at Pride. They're allowed to be there anyway because it's a licensed premises. If people do have issues with them, then hopefully they could raise that with us and we can discuss it with them and see a way forward if at all possible.
I think it's one of those things, isn't it, as well, where allyship is so important.
Absolutely.
And it's not trying to take away from the voices of the people in the community, but you need to have those allies to be able to shout to other parts of the community that might not be able to hear.
Absolutely. I mean, LGBTQ plus could be seen as a minority section of community. Allyship is ultimately important to help the movement. I mean, wearing a Pride lanyard, if you're an ally, just shows that you're willing to help the cause or support the community, and it's great to see people do that.
So talk to me about plans for Isle of Pride going forward then. Lots of exciting things coming up.
Yeah, so the first big event isn't being organised by us, it's through Extra Fancy Limited, so Kiki's on the Quay and Heron and Brearley. So they are putting on Pride on the Quay, which will be on the 30th of August. That's running from midday till 11 p.m, so on the North Quay. So obviously they've just put out all the stuff they're doing for Manx Grand Prix. This is tagging on right at the end, so the Saturday after Grand Prix. Loads of acts, raffles, stuff like that. So if there's any businesses that may want to donate a raffle prize, please get in contact with us. We're also looking for a couple more bands as well. So if there are any bands out there, please get in touch with Jamie at Extra Fancy or myself, and we'll get some of this sorted. So that's the first one. There are plans afoot already for Pride next year, but it's a wait and see. We will announce that as soon as everything we've got in place. We have got a date penciled in, but until everything's solidly in place, we're not going to announce when that will be, but essentially we are back.
You've also got plans for a new outreach programme as well. So talk to me a little bit about that and what that's going to entail.
Yeah, so we obviously Isle of Pride is set up to do events, so such as Pride and other bits and bobs. But there's an element of needing to do possibly training or visibility throughout the year. So we've created a programme called CREE. So CREE being Manx word for heart. And that's going to be running, I'd say, throughout the year. Hopefully we're going to be in talks with Manx Care. We're just trying to set up a meeting to start those initial talks. And we'll reach out to other businesses and corporates who maybe want to come on board, and even if it's just an introduction or things you should say, shouldn't say, and things like that, and hopefully run some training sessions. And hopefully that'll be a good way of trying to sort problems out as well.
Because what is life like on the Isle of Man as a member of the LGBTQ plus community at the moment, do you think?
I think a lot of people still have the mentality that they can be accepted, but not fully to their own extent, so they couldn't, I know people who have social anxiety holding hands together with their partner in the street and public displays of affection and stuff like that. And that's not the way we should be. Everyone should love the person that they love and not get grief for it. We have had incidents in the past of people of LGBTQ being assaulted in the street as a random one-off attacks and stuff like that for just being who they are, which is completely wrong. So there are things that need to be done, but they need to be done the right way.
And hopefully Pride events like the ones that you're trying to organise can sort of just highlight why it is still so important for these events to be happening, and especially here on the island. Absolutely.
I watched the debate that happened in the House of Commons in June on Pride Month, and anyone who hasn't watched it, if you see Chris Bryant's opening speech, it's extremely powerful on why we still need Pride, because for the elements I've just highlighted, until there is equal equality and there isn't grief given to people, these events are vital to happen. People might say, well, why isn't there straight pride? Well, you're not being suppressed. You can go down the street holding hands and kiss your partner if you wish, no issues at all. No one's going to bat an eyelid or say anything, where if someone of the persons of the LGBT community did that, it would be seen as, oh, what are they doing? I don't agree with that, or something would be said or anything like that. And I say that shouldn't be happening in the 21st century. If anyone wants to help us or get in contact with us, the best way to do that is isleofprideiom@gmail.com. We would welcome any help from assistance from individuals, businesses, anything like that. We are going to be trying to reach out to existing corporates and people who are involved. But if they want to get ahead of the game and contact us, then please do so. More than welcome to catch up and just discuss in more detail things I've gone over with yourself.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.